Alrighty. Welcome back to another late night coding stream. Let me test the audio real quick. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me test the audio real quick. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Sounds good to me. As usual, someone let me know if they feel like the audio needs adjusting. But yes, another night. So I haven't got a super strong plan for tonight, but I'm thinking potentially I'd like to get started on getting the project stuff set up. Basically what I want to get to is the content browser, or just content in general. So yeah, I think potentially it would be smart to have a project folder structure for that ahead of time. Maybe not. Maybe we just test out without it for now. So what I want to do then, at least to get started, is basically the goal is going to be to, I think the first thing will be textures, getting textures to be assets as part of the asset system. And actually let me create a new folder in here somewhere for basically some notes. I probably should have planned this out ahead of stream, but we can do some planning together. So I make a docs folder, and then I basically just want management. So here's my goals basically, is to have if anyone's used Unreal or Unity, that's basically what I'm going for here, which is, you know, a quicker way to visualize it. But let me break that down to a couple of goals to start off with. So first off, I want assets to be searchable, scannable at runtime, which basically means I can call a function on the asset manager to say like, hey, get me all the textures in the project or in the game. So we're going to need a database for that. I want to ideally handle, or how would I say this? Use existing, like use the platform folder structure. I want it to be indexed, and I want assets to be able to maintain source asset path, or possibly data, probably the path, and be reimportable. And reimportable, I basically mean, like, say I'm working on a texture or something, if I save that in the photo editing program, obviously the source asset will update, but I need to also have the engine be able to kind of read the texture file and bring that into memory. So that's more of just an editor thing, but is something we want. Yeah. A few other bonuses like thumbnails are nice, metadata is nice, custom editors for the different types of content. And yeah, that's all I can think of right now. I guess in here obviously there will be some sort of serialization, and I realized I made this a markdown file and then proceeded to not write markdown. Let's just do like that. So in my mind there's kind of two ways I can go about this. The first is the Unity approach, which is essentially, as far as I understand it, let me put serialization text format, or like binary or text, because with text support it is better. Text serialization, it's better for like diffing and stuff. Binary is a little harder for that. So the Unity approach basically is, you, as far as I know, you have a file in your file system or in your project file folder structure, and that file is an asset, and that is, you can imagine as just basically a texture. We'll keep using as the example. So you have this .png file in that folder, right? And then alongside that exists a whatever it was .meta file, and that is what actually contains the asset data, basically. The asset metadata, I guess. So obviously the texture contains like what pixels are where, but this metadata will essentially contain things like I don't know, like whether the texture is set to wrap, whether it's got bitmaps generated, all that kind of stuff. So essentially the way this works is you have two files for every asset. You have the data, or the sort of source file itself, and then you have the meta file. Now the way Unreal does it is they say import source file to content browser, and then that saves as custom UAsset format. Which essentially contains all of the data. So you've got like so if the asset was like I don't know, my texture, you would have my texture.png in the Unity form, and you would also have my texture.meta, or maybe it's .png.meta, I can't remember. But whatever, the concept is the same. You basically store the metadata as its own file beside it, and in the Unreal method you would have my texture.uasset just by itself. Now the advantage to this way of doing it, the Unreal way of doing it, is that there's only one file on disk basically. So I guess if I start with a Unity approach, if I was to move this my texture to another folder, there's a whole bunch of logic that has to happen to track that, okay, the meta file needs to move with it essentially. Whereas the UAsset is just like one file, you can move it around. I think Unreal kind of still doesn't love you doing that, but yeah. And then this also means it's we can reformat the data. So I guess if I do pros and cons for both, and I guess I should make these approach we are almost done with this in case if you want to just go ahead and skip ahead in the video if you're watching this after the fact, but I do want to get this planned out before I go ahead and create the system. But obviously one of the pros of the Unity approach is the source file is like untainted, I guess. But one of the cons is there's two files to keep in sync. What I mean by untainted is, I guess, like the engine is kind of able to directly use the file itself rather than needing to wrap it in any kind of extra metadata. Whereas down here, obviously, one of the pros is that only one file to manage. But one of the cons is that we need a custom like serializer. So basically more work to make this handle, and also less cross compatible. Yeah, so these are the two ways that I can two approaches I can take. I am leaning towards the Unreal approach first, just because I do like this one file thing. But I did just want to point out that this is another way we could do it, and potentially we might, if I don't like how the Unreal approach is turning out, we can always switch it to use this new approach later. So that was a massive tangent, but hopefully that explains what my goals are here with everything. You have your own export-import system for the engine. The script for that is 3,844 lines of code. Jeez. Yeah, that's pretty intense. We'll see how bad this gets. I would be interested to know how you handle it in your engine, Benjamin. Or Hoodgale. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with this sort of like custom... I don't know what I would call it. I might just call mine new assets as well. We'll see. But basically a custom serialized file. It will maintain a reference to the source file path, but it will kind of just recapture the data into the file itself, is what I'm thinking anyway. We'll see how it actually turns out. Right, so let's see how this goes. Last time, if you remember, we did get the reflection stuff working pretty well, which is good, so I can scan for all the classes in the engine that are spawnable essentially, and just go ahead and spawn them in, which is cool. Apparently hit 1,000,000 breakpoints while I'm doing it. But yeah, actually the undo buffer might have been something that was better to do today, but regardless. For sure, I could send a file so you can see how I do it. For me, it's totally different from Unity and Unreal. It's pretty great. Okay, yeah. I mean, is there a way you can sort of like TLDR it for me? Like, do you store assets? Like, you must store assets on disk somehow, right? So do you just deal with the source files, like the PNGs themselves, or do you kind of like, I don't know, like store them in a database, or like, I'd be interested to know what your sort of approach would be. But yeah, to keep this semi-faithful to Unreal, and because to me it seems like a good way to do it, I'm going to go with this second approach here. So the content browser itself is kind of the front end of this, the asset manager. So we might not necessarily get to that today, we'll see. But I do want to start building the asset manager itself. And I should start using more folders in here. So I guess the first thing is just create an asset manager. Now, I don't really have a great singleton pattern going on here, or at least a consistent one. I have used like just basically static classes previously. Maybe that's what I should do here as well. Probably what I will do, because it'll be consistent, but potentially later it might be nice to have like an actual singleton system going on. But yeah, you can think of it as the file system based format. Each object's textures, materials, geometries have their own files using file system web API. Can do that to share. You'd simply zip it. Oh, that's cool. File system based format. Each object, texture, material, geometries have their own files. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I guess you bring up a good point there. Like some assets, like materials, don't necessarily have a source, like a raw source file. They are sort of just always essentially generated. But yeah, so do I have anything else to do with assets in here? I have asset itself. Does that... Okay, static mesh and texture, use that. Okay. That's cool. I would like to rename that, I think. And yeah, let's just have a fiddle around and see what we can do. So the way the super like temp way I've been dealing with assets so far for like these textures and stuff. Oh my god, how many things do I have open? Jeepers. Is if I go to, I guess, the texture, it's essentially just a class that holds the render data I need and a path to the file. So and I guess a loader, but the loaders I do potentially want to be separate from the asset themselves. We'll see. Lazy loading, if you just want one object, it would only load the geometries that it would need. Yeah, that makes sense, Benjamin. That's very cool. Yeah, lazy loading is definitely something I want to try and get to. You only need one texture loader class for everything. Yeah, exactly. So essentially the result of this asset manager, I'm trying to think about the data structure I want behind it, and it is, I think, essentially just going to be a map. Assets, or like not loaded assets, because they might not be loaded yet. That's the wrong syntax, wrong language. Yeah, so we'll have some sort of ID paired with some sort of asset base. Will be my dictionary. String, number, symbol, or template literal type. So does this have to be a string then? That's fine. Or would I want it to be an ID? I think a string is fine, because what I'll treat that as is essentially like the virtual path of the asset. So it would be something like game content, you know, whatever, slash, you know, whatever it is, like test material dot asset, something like that. And it might, yeah, it essentially will live at this address, I guess. That does beg the question though, if I change the address I would need to change the ID. Might not be the best thing in the world. Yeah, actually I think I've just convinced myself immediately not to do it that way. So what I'll do is do it as a number, in which case it could just be a normal array. which already has quick lookups and everything. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just keep it as this. I could just do a normal array, but you only need one text loader class for everything. For me, I just use a UUID of the ID. UUID of the ID. Is there such thing in JavaScript as unique IDs? Is that a... Oh, yeah. And 3 has one as well. And that comes back as a string. And you generate it from what, though? From nothing? It's just a random ID. Okay, so it's not necessarily a hash or anything. Yeah, I think maybe you're right. Maybe I will make this a string. Even if I do numbers or UIDs, it'll probably still be right. But I could, as you say, hash the asset name or something like that. Just a random ID, gotcha, yeah. Yeah. Have their own ID, yeah, I've noticed that. Object.uuid, yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to build my layout on top of 3GS though, rather than using the like objects in their scenes. But I can still use that function to generate them. So I use the already generated ID. Okay, makes sense. Fair enough. So essentially the first function I think I would need is maybe some sort of like, I guess scan. I should make everything static too, I think. Scan for assets. And that is going to be the method that initially and potentially like live updates everything. So it'll go through all the folder structures, look for all the assets, and prepare them. And this should really only be an editor thing. Hey, Hoodgal, do you use TypeScript? You do, right? I have a question for you, so. Yeah, so scan for assets. I might change that at some point, that'll be fine. And then we can make that public because that's kind of just init basically. In fact, let's just call it init, that'll work. Yeah, use TypeScript. Can you do stuff like is there basically compilation flags to have it not compile this if like a certain flag is true? So I could do like if in editor do some stuff, end if, and then like be able to set this in the like as TypeScript compiles or transpiles, it like knows not to kind of compile this if this flag isn't set, or not to even include this at all. Or is that not really a thing that you know of? I've been struggling to figure out what to even Google to find that, but you can do stuff like this in C++ and it's quite helpful. Because essentially what I'm getting at here is if this was still scanned for assets, which I might as well keep it as, I suppose. You know, I probably don't want the actual game doing the scanning for the assets, the built game, the packaged version, just the editor. But yeah, doesn't really matter if it gets compiled into the main game, I suppose. There might be like a way to, like it might get tree shaken if I don't call the method, potentially. And then we just kind of need some getters, so like public get asset, or like maybe find asset by ID. And that will return, let's template that, t extends asset base, and that will return a t, T or undefined. What are you complaining about? I don't return, so I will just say return, or if the ID is in the assets, then return. It's not this either, it's asset manager. Assets at that ID as T. I might not need that as. Yeah, I do. Otherwise, return undefined. I might not need to do this as a multi-line thing either, but it keeps it clear if I do that. I see what you mean. There's no way to do as you're suggesting, but I use a different method. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I could potentially do some stuff by messing around with the compiler settings then. Or I could put maybe like a... Actually, this is probably the way to do it, is I could do like a decorator called like... Well, I have U functions. I could do... maybe like that would be good. Yeah, let me just do it like this. Will work. Okay. So I will need specifiers now. Do I have a U function file? I do. And I have specifiers. So I'll go meta is equal to an array of U functions meta flag. We'll just start with those two, I guess. Essentially a meta flag array. Specifiers here. Function specifiers. Okay, pass that all down, that'll be good. Now I should have type support here, I think. Yep, editor only. Cool, so now I can, as it compiles, catch that. I have 3 folders, editor, shared, and client. The client and editor extend classes from the shared so they don't have the same methods. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, I should probably set that up at some point too. If editor throw new, yeah. Okay, yeah, that works. I'll see if I can maybe do it with my decorators, but yeah, otherwise, well, even still, I think splitting into these folders would probably be good. I kind of just have everything in the engine at the moment, and it's like a lot of the stuff in this engine folder is actually editor stuff, and the editor and engine are both very different things. Like the editor needs to be stripped away when I build the game. Anyway, diversion over, where was I? Okay, so that function should be editor only. Find asset, and then I'll do a register asset as well. And I'll implement that shortly. Decorator still compiles all the code, it just runs them at runtime, so basically a runtime checker. Oh, I thought these ran at compile time. I guess, yeah, I guess you must be right, because where would it store the data otherwise? Yeah. Okay, well, at least I could put that check you were talking about inside the U function then. I could just make it throw a warning or something. Okay, so then register assets. So essentially I just now need to start working on this. So I guess what I'll do is, and this is, I don't know if this is really great practice, but I am just going to make a game folder here and use this for testing until I have an actual project system where I can target like a proper file on disk, and it'll keep it in the repo too as an example. So what I would want here, I think, is content, game content, and then for example I could do textures and then basically put a texture in there, which I'm sure I'll have one somewhere. Yeah, like my default grid, that'll work. I'll leave it here for now as well. But now we have this texture in content, so the first thing I want to do is basically find that file exists. Actually, no, this is not how I want to be doing this at all, actually. I need to put the .usf file here. Hang on, so I don't want that. What I want is to use an asset importer for that. Which means, hello Ultimaz, welcome in. I guess I could do something in the content browser for now, just to get this running. So somewhere in here I'll just do an ugly button. Import asset, and then how do I do on click again? Click like that. Not sure why it puts it in these. I guess because it's necessary. Turn. Right, so if I do something like handle import assets, and we just call that function when it clicks. I'm gonna just kind of get something like hacked in first, and then we'll go back and improve it from there. But let me make sure that's working. That does. Good. So what I would actually want to have happen here is essentially a new window opens. For me to select the assets. So I'm sure Electron will have a way to do that. Okay, show open dialog. Yep. So now I need to go, alright, I need to remember how this multi-process thing works, but dialog file picker. Is that a front end thing? Yeah, okay, so I need to remember how to expose a function here. Ping refresh. Okay, so it's like this: ICP main on import asset. We do some stuff. Okay, and then do I need to do something in preload? Okay, that just exposes it. For assets like that from your preload. Yeah. Well, I'm passing it back to the main, which should be fine, I think. But yeah, I guess I could just do this in the preload. Or do I have to do it in the preload? That's a good question. Okay, not sure where that comes from. Let's just use it and see if I can find it. So dialog dot, what was it? Show open dialog with some settings. Some properties. Open file, and I don't want multi-selection actually. You're doing it right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. I kind of wish it wasn't like this, honestly, and there might be a better way to do it, but I don't really like times in programming in general where you just type in a string like this for something to happen, like you're mapping stuff between strings, because then like I basically just, it's like not having types again, like I have to remember what to put there. So there's probably a way around that, but yeah, I haven't come across it yet. But anyway, so import asset should be good now. And then how do I call a function? I will look at my toolbar. Could use enums, true. And I guess I could just use a type that has like, what do they call it? A union thing? Like this, I suppose, actually. But yeah. Where do I do my refresh? Window.api. Okay, so you just call it on the API. So window.api.import asset, and we'll just see what happens. Nothing, that's always good. Okay, this gets called. Like, I can't really breakpoint that, can I? Well, if I breakpoint in here, I can see if it gets called, I suppose. Can I? No, not render process, debug the main process. No, okay, so it's not coming through at all. Alright, what have I done here? Window API. Let me just see what that is. Wait. Is it not even getting that far? I must be erroring out, am I? Yeah, that's the problem. Import asset is not a function. Let's have a look. Yep, sure looks like a function to me. Would you make a game inside your game engine? Yeah, I'm hoping to. That's definitely the goal, Pixapple. Albeit probably not a very interesting game, but just a test game. Yeah, that's definitely the goal. Welcome in, by the way. I don't think you've missed a stream yet. That is incredibly impressive. And actually, you just reminded me I need to change the stream number. Day 14. Not in a row, because I did take one day off. But oh, you're working on the landing page. Nice. Super sick. I can't wait to try yours out, man. Definitely very impressed with it. Okay, so what am I... API. I have a look in here. Why does it work in here then? Window.api.refresh. Content browser. Maybe I'll do a hard refresh. Oh, actually that might be the issue. Now that I think about it, it doesn't, I don't think, you know, the quick, what do you call it? Quick, like, compiling of the front end doesn't edit, like, the back end stays running, essentially, I think is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That was the problem, my bad. Okay, so we get an open dialogue, which is nice, to some random, what the hell is a PowerSoft? I have no idea, but that works. So, dang, does that mean I need to restart this every time I change the main file? I guess it does, huh? Okay, so where are we here? Open file. Show hidden files, treat package as directory, don't add to create directory, multi-select. Okay, that's fine. You can implement an auto reload for Electron. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Okay, and title, import asset, default path is, how do I get the path of the game? There, I did that up here somewhere else. So that's this, and then up to renderer. So that'll be this file. Up one renderer. So I need to go up one, up one. Actually, you know what? The default thing doesn't matter because I don't really want to target it here. This is for U assets. I keep getting confused. Well done, man. I really support you. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. Abraham Arif. Very nice of you to say. You should check out some of the stuff Hoodgale's working on. If you like this, you'll be very impressed with that. Okay, so I guess that's fine. I guess just quick relaunch might do it. No, it just says open, which means I probably do need to rerun it. Custom label for the confirmation button. Okay, says import asset, and instead of open, looks like we can change the button label, so let's do that. Button label import. Message display above import boxes. Okay, so now we've got import down here. That's good. Message to display above the import boxes. That's a Mac thing, I guess. Security scope bookmarks. No idea what the hell that means. Filters. Okay. That will be good. So let's just start just with images for now. That should be an array, I think. So how I would want the filters to actually get generated from, it should use the reflection system to scan for every asset importer that I support, and every asset importer should specify which file types it can load, and it should build the filters from there. So if this works, I might start looking at doing that. If I go, main process, reload, that should work, I think. Yep. JPEG, PNG, GIF. Okay. So if I was to generate that, let's try and open file filter, undefined. Which one? File filter array. So what I could do is pass that through. Can I? What the hell? Filters. Update, import. What is going on? Argument of type. Listener. When new message arrives, listener would be called with listener event args. So would it be like this then? I guess. And then we just pass the filters in here. And in the preload, if I look at this, what I want is file filter array. Why are you mad? Can I not import that? Oh god. I'm assuming I can't import that in the in here then. Oh no, it's just because I didn't put the name. Filters. Alright, it's actually really confusing when I go to work. I work in a different language and then come home and program in Typescript. It confuses me every time. Okay, so file filters come through here, that's good. Okay. We're still good, or is this freaking out now? Restart just to make sure we're good. Actually, no, we're not going to be good, are we? Because Oh, yeah. Everything's fine. So in the content browser, so now I have to specify the filters, and what I want to do then is go asset manager dot get supported import file formats. Yep, and that will be file filter array. Hopefully it's fine to be importing from Electron in the front end. We'll find out. And then pass that through there. And then obviously I need to create this function. Somewhere. Okay, not implemented, that's fine. So now what I need to do is have an array of registered loaders. And I don't have the type for it necessarily, so let's make it asset loader. Should I just make that an interface? Yeah, let's do that. Default is asset loader. And that will be just an array of those, I guess. I don't really need anything special. So now in here, what we should be able to do is go asset manager dot loaders dot for each loader and do loader dot something. I guess what we want is how do I want to do this? Get supported file extensions, which can be a string array, and get loader name the extensions, and now we just need to basically let's see, if I do filters is file filter array, and then return filters at the bottom. And now build it from here. So filters dot push new file filter. Can I not new one up? No, I guess it's not an object type necessarily. So then name can be loader dot get name. I don't really need the word loader in here. Get name. And then, what was the other one called? Extensions. There's extensions? String array. String array. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so now obviously we don't actually have any loaders registered. In fact, I should probably do that. So we don't get anything here, which is fine. But now we need to register loaders, and I guess for now, what the hell? Oh yeah. I guess for now, when the editor loads, we can do it. So asset manager dot register loader, and then it would be like texture loader or something. So we get this. It's maybe not the best thing in the world that this is handling both loaders and assets. But that's fine. Public static register loader. Loader, which is a I asset loader, doesn't need to return anything, and then it's just it's not this though, it's asset manager. Need to be careful with that because this doesn't really exist properly in a static context, I think. Push the loader, pretty much it, except maybe what I could do here is subclass of or whatever of an iAsset loader. Wait, doesn't, wait. I thought that news one up, does it not? Let me see where I use this. Under actor. Subclass of component class. I saw the loading issue when you built your app. Maybe after you finish the asset loader, you can consider these suggestions. Global loading on body default display block until app loads. Oh yeah, I see, like a preloader. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess what you're saying is that the load times are long. It does seem that way, doesn't it? Like, yeah. That is pretty long, I suppose. Or it's broken, actually. I might have broken it. Basically a loading screen, yeah. I think that's what Rudy's talking about. No, this isn't a loading thing. I actually did break it. 1 second. Cannot find text loader yet because I haven't made it yet. That's fine. So if I hit F5, yeah, it does take a while. Console.log works. That's the way. Okay, so we still don't have anything here because I have no loader registered. Have having a modal that pops up showing any exception messages that were thrown across your whole app, so even production you can kind of tell. Yeah, I agree, Rudy. That is definitely on my list. I want to make, if you've used Unreal before, they have like a output log. It's essentially just like the same thing essentially as this, but built into the app. Definitely something I'm interested in. Global error handler class. Yeah, definitely. I think I'll override console log. What's up, coding youngster? Very good suggestion there. Because when people are making games in here, I want them to be able to debug too. They obviously won't have the engine source code. Well, I mean they will, but probably. But they won't be necessarily debugging the engine. Option for CSS in developer console. Why there's option for CSS in developer console? Not entirely sure what you're talking about there. Yeah, you've got that hook out. Yeah, nice. Did you? Because what my plan was for that was basically to just override console log, which actually, now that I think about that, might not be the best way to do it. Maybe it should be like something like that instead. Yeah, anyway, I'll figure it out. You can style log message just like that, just like anything else. You can even load GIFs in console log. Oh, right, interesting. Don't override console log, have your own function. Yeah, that's true. I should probably do it properly, I guess. Are you going to make custom scripting language for the engine, or use any other language for custom scripting objects? My plan currently, I noticed you just changed your icon too, it looks cool, is to use TypeScript for scripting as well, or JavaScript potentially. Yeah, I don't really have any plans for any other scripting languages right now, but we'll see how we go. I have my own scripting system. All scripts are ran on a worker, also TypeScript. Very cool. Yeah, I need to figure the worker stuff out at some point. Hood gal. Right, anyway, let me quickly get this texture loader in. Where are we? Asset manager, loaders. I know 3JS has one of these, but I basically need to, well, I want to wrap it myself. Export default class, texture loader, extend, or no, I guess it's implements because it's an interface. Asset loader. Okay, we need to implement these functions. Texture loader. Supported extensions for now. I guess it's just going to be PNG. Actually, does it actually? Yeah, it doesn't need the dot. Good to know. I usually make my functions with asserts to actually breaks when I need them to break. For example, a function received a wrong type parameter or its promise base one. Oh. I often have to try catch blocks or asserts that call my custom error handler class. I see. That makes sense. How do you do an assert? Is it just... I didn't know JavaScript had something like this. So that essentially is just break, like a breakpoint. Writes a message if a value is falsely omitted. Oh, only writes a message and does not otherwise affect execution. Okay. Node has one, gotcha. That makes sense. Are you building an engine too, Rudy, or what are you making? For browser, you use a library. Cool. Can I download your language through npm? Pixapple, are you talking about... Like, I assume you're talking about the language that Hoodgale wrote? Or are you talking about TypeScript? Debugger keyword. Oh my god, is there... Debugger. Debugger keyword. What does that do? Does that just literally breakpoint it? So if I take that out and hit down here, I should now, as long as I import this, be able to register that loader, which is good. Click here. Ah, that's so cool, Hoodgale. Thank you so much. I was wondering about that. Damn, that's so good. Nice. Stop the thread. It's a breakpoint. Nice. Front-end developer working for the Japan's Amazon company. I see. Scripting system. I do WebView apps with React. Pretty gross, so... I don't know. Sounds pretty cool to me. Okay, so I think I need to restart this whole thing, right? Because the main process. Let's go touch grass. Not touching grass, I'm coding. This is node territory, not grass territory. No. Okay, so I guess this function is never getting called then. Like, I guess, is this getting registered? It's one of those things that you think that's pretty nice until you have your app having race conditions all over the place. The game I'm working on at work has that, and it is the worst. It took me, yeah, it was like a couple of hours today I spent on a bug which ended up being a race condition, and actually one of my colleagues had one of those as well. Super annoying. Okay, so I guess the loader is not actually being registered then. Why not? Is this not running? No, this is running. I mean, that looked like it just worked to me. What the heck? Okay, so the problem probably is then this function. Breakpoint here. No, what the hell? This looks fine. Where's this getting called again? No, yeah, that looks fine. One of those things. Oh, the global loader is pretty simple, by the way. Global loader is pretty simple. Not entirely sure what you mean by that, I'm sorry, but yeah, so when import asset comes through, it should hit the main process with some data, but I assume it's coming through with nothing then. Yeah, undefined. The div. Oh, the global loader as in like the loading. Yeah, the preloader, I see. Display block in the beginning. You just make it so display is none. Yeah, I see. Yeah. No, that does sound pretty cool actually. And it would be one of those nice touches that make it feel like kind of professional, you know? Okay, so why is the data not coming through here? ICP main on. This is Electron, yes, that is correct. Is it on the first parameter? No, it didn't seem to be. If I go here, ID reply, unless it's buried in here somewhere actually. Send a frame, events. Alright, I might have to do some digging then on how to get these events to come across. I should be able to Google that pretty quick. Send data to main process. No, not main to render, the other way. Seems like everyone is trying to send it the other way. Yeah, event title. Okay, so how do they use that then? Because that's the second parameter, which is what I thought I was doing here. Wait, what is this? Main.js. The preload then exposes it with the parameter of title. No, I might not have done that correctly actually. Yeah, my bad. I take it in here, but I don't actually send it on to the main process. Sorry about that. Okay, that should work now, I think. How's the audio volume? Is everything all good? Hopefully you can hear me reasonably well. Hey, we have filters. So now it should only lets me set PNG because yeah, it's kind of weird that it says texture loader here, isn't it? But now, just as a demo then, just to make double make sure this is working, I want to make a new loader real quick, and it should automatically detect that I can load that file type. So what's another thing we would want to load into the game? Sound loader, audio loader. Some sort of what was it, asset loader? It's kind of embarrassing, but I don't actually know whether these functions are public or private by default if you don't specify. I think private, but I can't tell. Maybe public, whatever, doesn't matter. return audio. Maybe I should just do it like that. Audio. Public by default. Okay, that's good to know. So for audio, we'd want what? WAV files for now? Maybe OOGs or OGGs. I don't know. Whatever files I can actually load, which I'm not actually sure what those are yet. Textures, audio. Yeah, so that... Oh, wait. I did not register it. Actually, I could do a thing where I just detect them. Like if I did that, I wouldn't have to manually, whatever. I wouldn't have to manually register them like this, but whatever, doesn't matter. Let's just manually do it. Audio loader, not the 3 version though. There we go. And now if we run it, I should be able to, well, not actually load audio, but it'll look like I can, hopefully. Yep, whatever. I'm sure it'll work. Yep. Cool, very good. And that filter, I'm assuming, will actually work. What I might do actually is default it to this folder path for now. So that I can actually find the textures in the project. So when I import an asset, I need to get rid of these breakpoints. Super annoying. Engine, renderer, source, assets, textures, can load textures, very good. Hit import, nothing happens, but that makes sense because I don't actually do anything with the result. What is the result actually? It returns promise, huh? Electron open dialog return value. Let's log out the result and I guess just breakpoint it. Open dialog return value. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. Cancelled true. Okay, so it tells me if I've cancelled. That's good to know. I'm gonna change this path slightly, so I'm gonna join this with up one. What was it? Slash render. I don't think that's right though, is it? Oh, it is. No, it's not. Okay, up, source, renderer, source, assets. Up, source, renderer, source, assets. Obviously, goes without saying I'm not going to keep it like this. This is just since I'm going to have to continually load that PNG to test this, I might as well put myself in a closer folder to it. We didn't hit the breakpoint. Fantastic. That's interesting. I can open them twice, so that's something I don't want. I guess this is still completely operational. Yeah, that's not something I particularly want. Okay, cancelled, and then file paths. And with the file paths, I guess what I would want to do is essentially I need to so what I might do then is actually for each through this. Import asset file path like that, and then just ask my asset manager. Oh shit. I'm on the wrong process. God damn it. I'm in the main process. I need to be back in the renderer now. Actually, that's a really good question. Should the asset manager exist on... Yeah, it should. It should. So that means I'm going to need to ping off another bunch of messages to the front end. Now, how do I go to the front end again? This is pretty annoying. Doing this cross renderer to main two-way. Renderer to main two-way. That's not what I want. How's it going, Shaik? Welcome in. Main to renderer. Here we go. Okay. So when something happens, main window to web contents dot send a thing, and that's it. Do you have a Discord? YouTube chat is filtering messages from the browser, kinda hard to interact. Oh really? I wonder how. Let me spend just a couple of seconds. I want to see if I can turn that off, because people keep mentioning that being a problem, and I don't know how to turn off. Stream can be accessed again from the manage list. Excellent. Will not end the stream if it is currently live. Let me see. There must be a way I can disable that. Stream settings, analytics. Community moderation, here we go. Automated filters. Go to YouTube Studio from the left, tap settings, community defaults under messages in your live chat, check unchecked, hold potentially inappropriate chat messages for review. Wow, you're on top of this. Settings, community. defaults. Yeah, so it is off. Let me... This is in your live chat, so it is off already. Let me try that. Hopefully that works. But yeah, I don't know what message does it give you guys, that it's in for review or something? What if I turn on moderation and activity actually? I don't know. Sorry about that though. I hope what I just changed makes it slightly better. It just doesn't send the messages. That sucks. It just doesn't appear for you, and it goes away if we reload. Oh, okay. Well, if it happens again, let me know. I'll have to do some research into how to make that not happen, because I don't really want people's messages getting missed. Unless is it because of this top chat? Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Here we go, here we go. I don't know if it'll bring stuff back again, but maybe I was on the wrong setting here, potentially. See if one of those two things I've tried fixes it. Anyway, I was looking at this, so just window, web content, send, can do that. Apparently I can't do that. Do I not have the window here? What the hell? What? How do I get the window then? Main window is under create window. Ah. I guess I don't have to set up this binding when it's ready. I apparently can just do it like right here. Dot web contents. Can someone say a message so I know that this is still working? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Still not working there, but maybe for the next one you can create a Discord server where people can message from there. Yeah, okay. I can do that. That's a real shame. Because I don't really want people to have to join a Discord to be able to talk to me, you know? Sorry about that. Web contents dot send. Send. And I want to send a message based on a string again, which I hate, but apparently I have to do this. Send asset imports request, and then we can send a payload by the look of it, and so that will be result.file paths. Okay, and then in the preload, update counter value. No, so we don't need that. Which one? API. Okay. So I should be able to do that in the editor then and do like, is it window dot electron something dot, no. Wait, there's something I'm misunderstanding here. Ah, yeah, this part. Okay, so I do need it in there. Sorry about me fluffing around with all this preload stuff. I do wish I didn't have to do it, but... I guess the import request. Callback. And then ICP renderer dot on request, and that takes event and value. And then callback file paths. Okay. So now if I go to my main process, and where was I going to do it? In the editor? Do I really need to declare this stuff twice? This feels weird. It's like having a header file in C++. And it returns void. I feel like, couldn't I just export the type from here? Or something? No, whatever. Okay, asset import request. Go back to the editor. No API dot asset import request, and that callback is gonna have file paths like that. Oh, this is the song that I'm not a fan of. Publish the landing page progress. Would you like to check it out? Yeah, I'd love to. Absolutely love to. String array. Actually, it's not a string array, it's a function that takes a string array and returns void. Wait, how do I do this again? Callback is that void. Huh? Why is that not happy? The host name is Lumina. The LTD is PW. Can't send the URL here, else it will be filtered out. So oh yeah, wait, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Holy crap. Nice work. Super cool. I have to join the waitlist. Oh, we're not in yet. Yeah, looks like the nav bar is cut off. Have to fix that. Yeah, I can't quite get it to render in. This is Hoodgale's engine he's working on. Looks super cool. Yeah, it looks good so far though, Hoodgale. Could someone help me with this what do you call it? Syntax? Is it like that? This callback is, I want it to be a function. Is it really like that? File paths. Oh, I guess it is like that. Oh, no. I got it. I just wasn't, again, supplying a name to the variable. All good. I got it. So this is just in the index D. That's fine. JavaScript, so I don't know TypeScript that much. Yeah, fair enough. Root waiter. The link to that landing page was oh god, was lumina.pw. You can see right there. Oh, you already fixed the thing. Nice. Nice and responsive. It's a cool logo too. Message retracted. Does that mean it's been deleted, or is that... I mostly work with JavaScript. Oh yeah, already saw that. Okay, so if I go to the engine now, nope, editor, we should get the file paths, and it should know, yeah, that it's a string array. Cool. No, that's fine. If you delete it, it's all good. But yeah, I showed you the link there. Lumina.pw. I don't know if the join waitlist button's working yet, but I will be clicking that as soon as it does. Okay, so basically for every file path, what I want to do is for each through it. Sorry if that was really loud. I couldn't get to my mute button in time. Okay, import file path. So what I want to do now that I'm on the render process again is I can do asset manager dot import asset from path, and then just give it the path, and I'll let it figure out what the type is basically. So we will make that function. I mean, clogged up for some reason, not sure why. If it's public by default, I don't really need to do this, but it is probably not a bad habit to be in. So import asset file path. Now what I need to do is basically get the extension part of this. So I'm not sure if JavaScript has file bits blob part. What the hell does that mean? File. Is there a helper for this, or do I need to write my own? File. And let me just Google it. Sakaro. TLD is IO. Sakaro. Oh yeah. Very cool. WebGL and WebSocket, nice. Oh, you got like a Discord and all that going. Nice. Oh, do we have videos? There's videos. Yeah, this is so cool, man. What the heck? Oh man, you got scripting in your engine and everything, that's fancy. Just to be clear, this is not something I made, this is Hoodgale in chat made all this. And I am just absolutely jaw-dropped every time I look at this. It's so cool. Hell yeah. Look at you go. This is so cool. I'm so proud of you. This is like, yeah, that's basically what I'm aspiring to make. Is something half as cool as that. Quality stuff there, yeah. Yeah, very cool. Anyway, here's me trying to find the extension of a file in JavaScript. I just want to know if there's a helper function for this. Or like, so I literally just grabbed the dot, is what it looks like. There is a helper function, okay. Yeah, I thought there would be. But I don't see any, oh, path.x name, okay. Import asset file path. Path dot directory name. Where's the file name? Base name? Returns the portion of the path similar to the Unix base command often used to extract the file name from a fully qualified path. Yeah. Wait, path won't work on the browser. Oh, it won't? We have a long way ahead. We do indeed. Okay. So what do I use then? I guess just write my own, File. So polluted. Okay, I'm just gonna write my own. Basically, I'll steal this guy's regex or wherever it was. And that's what I mean by write my own. Wait, what is this exec? Okay, I don't know how to... This looks like it's all Node.js stuff, is it? version of path info. Okay, how about this one then? I should just like actually think for myself and figure this out, but I'm just gonna copy their stuff. So I want a console log requesting asset import for file this extension, and yeah, I probably need to restart this. Path.split. Oh yeah. I thought you said path doesn't work though. Register the asset managers. Yep, that works. Import the assets. Textures. Requesting. Yep, extension.png. Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry. File name extension, yeah. Cool. Now I want to get the file name. Import from path. I suppose I should just build my own functions into the engine for this. File name extension, you had... Oh, wait a second, you do both at once? Split on the dot. I wonder what if that would handle having dots in other places, but I don't think the Windows file system would even let that happen anyway. File. So I'll use this extension and then name. Check that got it correctly. File name. Okay, yeah, so the name I need to pull out the slashes. The Windows file system does let that happen, so you need to split by slash first, then get the last, then you split by, yeah, okay. Can do that. Last. Last index of that as a substring, and then I do your split of that. And that will do it, I think. Do pop. Pop? Oh, you mean instead of this? Oh, wait, no, I see what you're saying. Dot, split. Dot pop. Dot split. split string array, then pop it. I have a double dot. That returns a string array. Yes, then pop it, then split the string. Because it's undefined, I see. Or it could be undefined. Let's just say it's always that or something. That's kind of gross because if I might not contain a slash, basically. Name is still wrong, interestingly. Holy hell, this syntax is getting insane. Split. Oh, what the fuck is going on? Split this. JavaScript is gnarly sometimes, man, I tell you what. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna, like, old-fashioned it, I think. No, it's still like it's... Oh, I'm splitting off the wrong slash, am I? Yeah, I am. Again, I need to escape it. So, what does that double question mark do? Is that like... Oh, wait, you wanted it like this. If it's undefined, return this instead, I assume? Ah, yeah, okay, cool, that makes sense. Okay, so textures. Please tell me that worked. Name, default grid, extension PNG. Thank the Lord. Alright. Thanks, man, I appreciate it. Oof, that's a brutal line of code right there, but it works. So I will never touch that again. Cool. So we have the data we need now. So basically what I need to do is do a lookup on that extension. So these loaders, how I made them an array like this. I have another question for you. If I was to do something like this, where I made this a map, okay, and then the ID was whatever, string or something. Whoops. Okay, if I do that and put like loaders at say PNG to be the texture loader, and then loaders at JPEG to be the texture loader, it's not gonna like duplicate that memory, will it? Like this will basically be a reference type as far as I understand it. Like it's, because I know JavaScript likes to do weird JSON stuff with objects where it, but I think that's only at serialization time. It does that. It duplicates it? No, it should, so it's a reference, yeah. So like it's the same texture loader. It's not like I'm putting an entire texture loader in each of these. One, yeah, okay, gotcha, yeah, thought so. Just making sure. It's like if I serialize it, it would do that, but otherwise, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, cool. So what I actually want to do is make these loaders slightly different then, and oh no, this. Wait a second. Wait. Leave those loaders alone, and I'll do a basically loader extension lookup as a separate dictionary, which is kind of gross because I'm storing these twice essentially, but yeah, that's what it is, I guess. Can refactor it later. So we want to get the extensions we support, and then basically do extensions.forEach and register a new thing in here for it. So xt is going to be equal to the loader, and in here I guess I'll put a to do check for extension conflicts. In fact, that maybe should be when I register it, but yeah, regardless. So now what we can do is import asset from path. We have the extension, and what I can do is get the loader the loader is going to be asset manager dot extension lookup, and if loader is not equal to undefined, which I think I can just do it like this too, but that catches all falsy values, or truey, you know what I mean. But I'll do it like that. So then we can go loader.load asset at from path, and we just give it the full path. We'll give it the path, file name. Yeah, path and file name. That will be good. And now if we declare that method in the interface, that will force the texture loader to implement that. Which I'll just log for now, like texture loader loading this with name, file name. Obviously we're not going to leave that as a console log. Wait, returns unknown, returns void. And then what was the other loader I did? Audio loader as a test. Okay, right, so now what should happen is if I go here and load that, or attempt to load it, we get texture loader is loading blah blah blah. Let me see if I can find some sort of like WAV file to use as a test. Surely I'll have one somewhere. Some sort of project maybe. Sound effects, yeah, one of these will do. Okay. So if I put that in assets audio, okay, so now we have a sound in here. If you're interested, it's just the sound of a chest opening. But if I was to import that asset, the audio loader handles it. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, that is quite nice. So it means that the loading is delegated to the proper loader based on the extension of the file, And yeah, that's basically it. And then the supported extensions of the whole engine are generated based on what loaders we have registered. I feel like now's a good time to commit. Basic asset loader and asset manager setup. Or boilerplate, I guess. Cool. Sync changes. Oh, by the way, I did make this open source. Let me find the thing. I might close source it again at some point, but just while I'm still so early. This is the link to the repo if anyone wants to have a look at it. I appreciate a star, and yeah, don't judge me too much. But yeah, for now, a few people asked, so I thought why not just show you guys what I'm working on. Yeah, so feel free to take a look, Hoodgale, if you like. Yeah, you've seen a lot of it already, but yeah, it's obviously pretty early and it's not where I want it to be, but there might be some interesting stuff in there you want to look at. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end the stream there. We've been going just over 2 hours, so pretty good length. Yeah, I'll try and do another stream tomorrow, and we'll catch you next time. Your engine is looking awesome, by the way, Hoodgale, so thanks for tuning in again. We'll catch you in the next one.